All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Have honor to those deposit great millstone, time and truth and rule well. Peace, best and salutation. I come out there, scattered abroad to the four corners of the earth. That's serving the truth, taught true sincerity. To I say Shalom. This is Brother Nabala, continuing the video in the spirit. And the topic is going to be about this earthquake that happened in California, December 5th. Okay? And if you can see, when you go to Google, all you have to do is type in earthquake California, and this popped up, right here on the home page. It says magnitude 7.0 earthquake. It says 49 miles from Rio Deli, California, December 5th, and you look at the time. It says 1:44 p.m. Okay, and if you scroll down a little bit, it gives you some of the top stories. It says 7.0 earthquake off Northern California prompts brief tsunami warning. And you have different news outlets that go into it. Let's tap on this. Yep. So let's give you some more information. It says here under the video, it says 7.0 magnitude earthquake rattles California coast, triggers tsunami warning. The biggest earthquake in decades struck off the coast of Northern California, sparking a brief tsunami warning and urgent evacuations. The quake was felt as far as south as San Francisco, courtesy city of Rio Deli. Yeah, so there you go. It was basically the biggest earthquake that has happened in decades over here in Northern California. You see it happening at the time 144. Brothers know what that number means to brothers. But it triggered a tsunami warning. Okay, which you see at the top that they canceled it, but that's the impact that this earthquake happened, and it's not a coincidence that this happened in the beginning of December, right before the so-called New Year happened. This is showing you that, hey, 2025 is going to be a very interesting year, because at the beginning of every year, something happens. So this is just another sign, showing that things are getting ready to ramp up and start happening here, For this to happen right before, the so-called New Year comes in, we look at it as a sign, and this can be just a start of multiple earthquakes that can start popping off, because this is a 7.0. This is a very high magnitude earthquake. And then, if you already looked at the year already, you had 2 hurricanes that were very catastrophic that happened back to back, things that don't usually happen have been happening. So that gives you an idea of the times that we're entering into. So I'm going to get out of this. Come over here to the scriptures. Grab this. This is Isaiah 29:6. It says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest in the flame of devouring fire." Yeah. Okay. So we understand that when these things happen, this is the Lord visiting this place, and the Lord basically preparing to get ready to do the ultimate visitation, which is going to be through the chariots. Okay, when Yahweh Shai comes back in his great chariot, with the host of chariots, that's what we're being prepared for. But these are the signs that we use to basically identify where we at, in time. So, in one of the ways that we measure the times by these things are looked in the scriptures. By thunder, with earthquake, by great noise, with storm and tempest. We just had a great storm. They just had a great earthquake. So then when you come over here, to Mark 13:8. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in divers places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginning of sorrows." Yeah. Okay, so all these things are the beginning of sorrows. Okay, these earthquakes in diverse places. This is just one. It can be, like I said, it can be many more that happen. Okay, it says nation rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. We see what's going on. I seen earlier that Trump said they're going to stop basically sending, I think, weapons and I think help to Ukraine if Russia and Ukraine don't come up with some type of ceasefire or some type of I forgot what it called. I think it was ceasefire or some type of basically some type of treaty. They don't basically reconcile with each other. Then they're gonna stop sending help over there to Ukraine. You still got the war that's going on over there in Israel and Palestine. You got all these wars that's going on. Then even inside here in our own country, it's gonna be very interesting when Trump get in office because he said he's gonna start doing the mass deportation, and you got some governors of these states saying they're not going to partake in the deportation. So what's that's gonna call? That's gonna call riffraff in between the system, because if your president basically ushers a decree for you to do, and as a state you decide not to do it, then he says he's gonna use I believe the military, the National Guard to do this mass deportation. So then what can that usher in? That could usher in martial law. We just seen in South Korea, I think it was South Korea. I believe it was. That they just had martial law. It's been lifted because I guess their council or whoever it is that is in control, their form of Congress or Senate, they voted to basically end martial law. But they just have martial law over there. So that's showing this is all these things we're seeing and we're understanding at the times that we're getting ready to enter into. Okay, we're about to enter into very bad times. And all these things that are happening in these other countries are going to come over here and happen here in America, man. The scripture says beginning of sorrows. Famine, trouble. I seen something earlier today, or was it yesterday, said that in Michigan here, inflation is at an all-time high, and the cost of living has been higher than it's ever been before. So if inflation is happening and things are costing more than they usually would cost, I just seen earlier on social media that Chipotle is supposed to be raising their prices. That's just a fast food restaurant, So how much more are your grocery stores, How much more your pharmacies, all these things are going to start being inflated in prices. And if that's happening, that means that you're going to have to pay more for stuff. And if you're paying more for stuff, that means you don't have that much money, You just don't have that much money, period. Because you got to, if gas is going up, you got to pay for your gas. If groceries are going up, you got to pay for your groceries. Those are two essential things that people need to be able to do what they need to do in their everyday lives. You need gas because you have to be able to drive to work. You have to go to work. So what? You can receive the funds to be able to pay for these things. So it's a cause and effect to everything. If you're not able to go to work, then you're not able to get the money. You're not going to be able to pay for stuff. And if the prices of stuff going up and your job is not, giving you a raise for you to be able to stay afloat, then what? You're going to fall behind. And if you fall behind, then what? Some people have car notes. They're going to end up losing their cars. Some people, I have apartments. They ain't going to be able to pay for rent. They're going to fall behind. And it's going to become a dog-eat-dog world. Okay? Ain't nobody going to be worried about buying them. They just going to take it. These are the times that we're entering into. So let me grab so I can. In Luke 21 and 11, it says, "And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, famines and pestilence, and fearful sights and great signs that there should be from the heaven." I want to grab this verse because it says the same thing like it says in Mark, about the great earthquakes in diverse places, famines. It says pestilence in this verse, okay? And it also says fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. There's been a lot of chariot sightings, okay? A lot of chariot sightings, Hasn't been too many recently, because when the winter kicks in, the clouds in the sky is not as clear as it usually be. But before the winter kicked in, it was a lot of blood moons, okay? But recently there's a lot of chariots. There's just a video that these people, I can't remember where they were at, because a brother posted it, did a video about it. But also, I seen it on social media too. So that's showing you the traction that it's picking up. Here in Michigan, I think a month or so ago, there was a chariot in was it Kalamazoo? Where Western Michigan was at. I believe it's in Kalamazoo, if I'm not mistaken. But it was a chariot sighting up there. That was very big and very visible, and people did videos about it. But the one I'm talking about it was his family. It was at night. So they was recording, and they seen chariots, and then they seen another chariot pop up, and you could see the lights glowing around the chariot. Of course they're calling it a saucer, a flying saucer, but they were saying how big it was. They say it was enormous how big it was, and then they said there was another one popping up. They said it was a lot of them popping up. But the ones that they showed on their camera, they was from a distance away. But from her being able to zoom in the best that she could, you had an idea of how big those chariots were and how close they were. These are those great signs that we're seeing, man. And these are the signs for us to understand where we at. The Lord is allowing these things to happen because the Lord is visiting this place like he said he would, like he said in the scriptures. Because when you come over here to 2nd Ezra 9, I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made." And that's what's going on. Okay? Yahweh Shem Yahushai is beginning to visit this world, man. Because we're preparing for Yahweh Shai's return. So all these things are happening all these things are happening for Yahweh Shai to get ready to return. This is verse 3 says, "Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning." Yeah, these things are spoken of from the beginning. Okay, that these earthquakes are going to happen, that these uproars are going to happen. Over there in South Korea, that was an uproar because the people wanted martial law to end. That was an uproar. Okay, it's going to be many more of those. They're happening. They're just not broadcasted for us to see over here in America, but the Lord allowed his men to see these things, man. That's why we have to be on our watch. That's what the scriptures talk about us being sober. And I'm going to grab this last scripture just to back that up. 1 Thessalonians 5:6. It says, "Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober." Yeah, we cannot sleep as others because these people out here in the world, we ain't talking about physical sleeping, we talking about spiritual. They are spiritually asleep. Okay, they can't see the things that are going on. They're in a deep sleep. The Lord put them in the spirit of slumber, which they only can see what's in front of their eyes. They don't have spiritual discernment. They don't see these things that are happening around the world. They damn near don't see the things that are happening in their own country. Okay, they're oblivious to what things that are going on. But the Lord had to set up like that because it's not for everybody to see. It's only for His men to see. Okay, which are the Israelite men, the men of Israel. It's only for us to see these things and to be able to understand these things and to be able to, and to be able to measure the time and see where we at. So this is just another video, just showing you where we at, in these times, it's this happened. All this is happening right before the so-called New Year comes in effect. And like I said earlier, every time the New Year has come in recently, like these past few years, something dramatic has happened. I don't remember if it was. I don't think it was this past year, but I think it was last year. You got those apparitions that happened down there in Florida. So just continue this, like the scripture say, be sober and be on our watch. As the Lord commanded us to be. So that's pretty much it. When the video is edifying, I'm gonna close up by giving our praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash. So.